So loud. So loud. All right. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Fourth Industrial Revolution. And we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. My screen time app came on. I've been on my phone for an hour for the day, so I'm up. My limit's up. And when that happens, the YouTube app shuts down. And when it shuts down, when it comes back, the sound drops out and it doesn't come back for some odd reason on live. So, my apologies. So where was I? Andrew Yang, Fourth Industrial Revolution, right? You support Andrew Yang. You believe that the Fourth Industrial Revolution is different from the other revolutions. You believe that we can't simply out-manufacture, move things into a different sector, because what's going to happen with the Fourth Industrial Revolution is going to be so strong, so quick, so large scale that something immediate has to be done. Something drastic must be done. So how can you believe that, but not consider at least the possibility that this Corona thing is going to be bigger, faster, stronger, more broad, and that we're going to be able to catch up to it when America seems to be ill-equipped. If nothing, what you should be learning is that why are other countries testing 10,000 people a day for Corona? And America hasn't tested 10,000 people total, or they barely have. Why are other countries giving out cash payments and we're trying to figure out if we think it's going to be over next week? So the conspiracy is that other countries, they want to influence our election, so they're going to mess up their economy and then try to fix it with cash payments because that's going to trick us to voting for Donald Trump or not Donald Trump. I mean, I don't even know it don't even make no sense to me, but this is what I'm being sold. The virus could destroy our industries and lose supply chains we're based. Absolutely. See, like I said, once money was on the line, this is a completely different conversation. NBA ain't shutting down for no reason. When the don't believe it says, okay, all right. Like I said, for me, it wasn't about the Tom Hanks. For me, when I found out that they've moved the NCAA tournament to closed arenas, I said, what? Closed arenas? Why would you play the NCAA tournament in a closed arena? Oh. Why are you canceling Coachella? Why are you canceling South by Southwest? Why are you laying people off? I was talking to a guy yesterday. He said he's in the restaurant industry. I don't know if he's a restaurant or supply chain management or something like that. He's talking about his company lost. They had like a huge loss yesterday. And see, this is a different kind of loss because it's not like you just had a bad day and you can bounce back with a good day. This is worldwide stuff that's causing a panic. Like, it's not just here in America or just here in these major cities. It's like, oh, this stuff has ripple effects. And this is global. So, coronavirus will be headlining Coachella. NHL is also closing games. Yeah, man. See, that's what I said. Everything else, all right. Once they've given up money, we're having a completely different conversation. So, like I said, this is my informal, off-the-cuff video. I got my mask. You know, I'm not a panicky kind of guy. I don't usually react to this kind of stuff. Do I even think that there's anything that we can really do? I mean, I feel like obviously we're limited. But that NBA game that they canceled, guess what city that game was in? That's right, my city. That was in my city. Of course. Told y'all, Oklahoma. You don't think about Oklahoma. We just keep popping on up, right? Yeah, that was in my city. So, the doctors, the team doctors that were there, the players, the cheerleaders, the people who were at the game, all those people out here mingling. Out here mingling, or out here in my city. So, there's a Cher concert that's supposed to happen. I'm not sure when it is, but Cher is a big draw. Her tickets are super expensive. I know this. People on Facebook talking about, is the Cher concert canceled? I'm like, if it's a mass gathering, you might as well just give that thing up. It is not happening. Vaccine testing 3-4 months, mass distribution like 2 years, and it goes, yep, that's right. That's right. And my video was originally going to be about, Andrew Yang and cash payments and why that's the answer. So like I said, I'm sure somebody will make that video, and that's okay. Like it'll be informative and all of that. But I just feel like we're beyond that right now. Like we're beyond me having a factual, logical conversation with you where I provide you with data. Like you can look up the data all day. If you want Fox News talking points, those are available. If you want to be, if you want to feel comfortable, that is out there. There's definitely somebody out there just telling you right now, don't worry about it. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. As somebody who is concerned about people on the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder, this disturbs me because when there's job losses and people have to call off work and things start happening, like when Andrew would talk about how climate change is affecting people who needed to get away from the coast, well, that affects, poor communities, people who can't just pick up and go. I see people talking about, well, I'm about to get this cheap flight. And it's like, okay, that sounds cool until you come back and you're breathing funny. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying, to panic, but I would definitely take your precautions if you can and just be aware, man. Just be aware. 2,000 deaths in China yesterday? Really? That's the new number? I know they said there was 200 deaths in Italy in 24 hours. Yeah, the vaccine will take 12 to 18 months to be ready for the public. Yeah, man. That's it. B-Ball Life says, I got tickets to the Celtics game and now I can't go. Trust me, they might have saved your life, man. Don't even worry about it. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, that's the issue. And you guys, I don't know if you guys know this, right? But your president cut funding to the CDC in February. He cut the CDC budget by 16% or so. So these are the kinds of things that the reason why he wants to downplay it. Like he has a vested interest in this thing not being big and being able to downplay this until after the election, because this could really sink his presidency. So, yeah, I mean, you guys know the stories. I don't work for anybody. I'm self-employed, so I work with clients one-on-one for the most part. So it's not like my company is going to be able to let everybody stay home. You know what I mean? I still got to work, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? When you're not the rich guy, you can't just sit at home and say, all right, I'm gonna be quarantined. You know what I mean? If you deal with people, then you deal with people. If you work at a restaurant, you work at an airport, you work in, we're a service-based economy. Like, this is the problem, we talking about stuff transferring hands. All our stuff is made in China. We talking about the racism that's affecting Chinese people because of this. This is a big deal. And just don't get caught into the hype. Like I said, if you want to feel comfortable, feeling comfortable is out there. There's definitely somebody who's making a video right now telling you that this is no big deal. They're telling you those same very surface level points about, the flu is more deadly. But there's a flu vaccine, bro. Like, it's not the same thing at all. When did they shut down an entire city or entire country for the flu? It's not the same thing. That's not the same thing at all. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't some election year hoax. All right. So, Mr. Jermison, what up, man? I'm sorry you catching this particular live stream. This is not going to be some of my finest work. I just wanted to put the message out. But we can invade China for this. They literally unleashed the. And the other thing is, China is not really cooperating with giving us the information about, how serious this thing is. And they've been dealing with this since September of last year. So I don't like where this is going. like I said, I watched 28 Days Later or something like that. You see the news reports. It's always a very casual thing. It's very slow, and then it picks up. I see people releasing there's that graphic that shows where America is versus where Italy is. I see people who were in Italy and other countries posting on like Reddit and all forms of social media, letting us know about what's really going on and how America is failing us. Maybe that's Russian bots. Maybe that's legit. All I know is that other countries are taking significant and sweeping action, and America is not. And there is an effort in the right-wing media to downplay this, an effort in the left-wing media to hype this thing up. And me, as just a guy who tries to call it down the middle to see, okay, well, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. When there's money involved, that's where I go. I focus on the money. So when I see them canceling events and venues and laying off people, we having a conversation where all of a sudden I'm gonna have to go with the people who are kind of freaking out. Flu versus Corona is apples versus orange. Your last few videos seem like one of those professionally produced. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. People are desensitized because they declare H1N1 the pandemic and then MERS and then SARS. Yeah, you know, like I said, you watch the movies. You seen the movies, right? The zombie movies, and it's 30 days, man. Like if you believe in the exponential rise of AI and what that will mean for job loss, I find it hard to believe you can't also consider that something like this could be pretty sweeping. I mean, like right now, next week is spring break for my kid. I imagine that when spring break is over, if they haven't significantly flattened the curve, which is the phrase they're using to kind of curb the spread of the disease, then his school's probably going to get shut down after that. You know what I mean? And it's slow, kind of, but not really. And this stuff is slowly becoming normal. It's normal now that they're canceling events and that they're like, oh, you know, we're not going to have this. Go stock up on Purell. Like, you know, it was kind of cute when you saw people getting toilet paper in Walmart and there wasn't any up there. Now you see people with the hand sanitizer. Like, that was kind of cute, right? It's not cute anymore. They're prepared for be here for 1 year. They're preparing for second stimulus package. Whoa, really? Communist greed and negligence cause the problem. Wet markets wouldn't exist without their negligence. Agree. Wet markets. I don't know. I don't like what I see. All right. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a guy on the internet. But what I'm seeing right now definitely has me concerned. And I would advise that you be concerned. Hey, worst case, we're talking about this in a few months and we're like, remember that? Remember when the Corona was a thing? Let's get to that before we start relaxing. You literally in lab right now. All right, Purple Haze, figure it out, man. Figure it out and hook me up. You know what I mean? I'll deliver the fire content right from the lab. I wonder when the zombie fungus that affects the insects and juggles control the day, but oh man, you come from the medical field. All right, man. Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, y'all, some of you guys obviously know more than me. All I know is when I see this, there are certain signs to me that indicate that this is beyond a media hype. This is not media hype. See, yeah, they're paying people. Yeah, they're paying people $1,200, man. Is that Hong Kong or is that Singapore? Not that kind of lab. I practice preventative medicine. Man, how you gonna help me out? Okay. Yeah, man. So if you guys find any information out, you find a story that you think is being not talked about or something like that, feel free to send it to me. Like I said, I could make a more elaborate video talking about this stuff, but there are definitely a bunch of videos that I see starting to come out where people are going into. I think Paget's video she just made is pretty good. I actually watched most of her video before I made this because I was like, okay, if Paget watched this, most of you guys will probably see Paget's video, so there's no reason for me to make it as well. Singapore is paying $100. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so if that's what I'm seeing, and like I said, you guys have seen all the reports. You know that they're saying it's older people, people who have compromised immune systems, people who have like diabetes and things like that. Puts them at higher risk. They're saying in children it doesn't seem to be terrible, but they're carriers. But it doesn't seem to really take them down too much. So plane tickets to Singapore real cheap. Yeah. I love traveling to Asia, but gonna have to pass for right now, man. Gonna have to pass for right now. I was thinking, hey, I might be able to make it to Thailand real quick, but probably have to stop and all plane tickets are cheap. Listen, it ain't cheap if it's gonna cost you if it's gonna cost you quarantine when you get back. She's too lefty not to understand what Biden versus Bernie's about to do. How Biden won. Hey man, it's okay. Like a lot of people are like, I'm not left, and I've been very, very open about that. I'm not left. I don't want people to think I'm left. I could just say progressive with Aaron. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's not me. I'm black, so I'm very skeptical. Naturally, I'm also kind of conservative, but I think that there's government programs that need to exist because there are things that will happen in a capitalism that exists as it is today that will put certain people significantly disadvantaged, and that's not a solution for a community. So that's why I can't be a full right-wing Republican. I can't. You know, I mean, I think that would be foolish. I think that's exceptionally foolish for black people. But whatever. I mean, I don't care how you identify. But no, I'm not that left. I'm not that left at all. I told y'all, if Tom Steyer was supporting AI the way Andrew Yang was, that's who I'd have been following. I was here for the AI, was not expecting Andrew Yang to be so impressive, to be such a well thought out guy, to have all the policies. Didn't know any of that when I discovered him. Didn't know any of that when I made my first Andrew Yang video. So, you know, he really took me on a journey because it became clear early on that he wasn't like most politicians. So I didn't even see it coming, you know what I mean? The labels are killing the conversation. Just stick with folks that make sense. Yeah. That's it, man. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of, I've been trying to, I've been subscribing to all the channels. There's a lot of stuff out there. It's just interesting because by being where I am, it's probably the worst place to be. Cause like, if you want to just attach yourself onto a community, like if I said I was a progressive, then that would be easier for me to probably like grow my channel and things like that. But I just can't do that because I disagree with so much of what they talk about that it would be problematic. They'd be like, why do you keep saying all this stuff, but you're supposed to be a progressive, so, and then I want to be a Republican, but then they'd be saying stuff. I'm like, that's super racist, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're being racist. You don't realize it. I don't even say it's a Republican thing. It's just, when you start going down that right-wing lane, eventually you hit that do for self, and then, okay, if people would just do this, that would solve the problem, and it just kind of takes out systemic racism and active efforts to stifle the black community, where it's just like, all right, well, I can't go down there with you either, man. You're not giving me much to work with. I have no feelings for progressives coming some of these labels, yeah. I knew that was coming, but Yang is visionary. Yeah, man, Yang is once in a lifetime. Stuck up. Oh, my guy, T Mays, what up, bro? I ain't talked to you forever. I was just thinking about you yesterday, man. I'm going to have to call you. What's something on the left and the right that I disagree with? Man, I disagree about gun control. I think we need to, as far as the Republicans, they just, I won't say Republicans, the right, I feel like the right is a little bit too crazy about the guns. Like, I get why you want to have assault rifles, but I'm from the hood. Assault rifles have never been anything but troublesome where I'm from. And I don't understand the need for them. I understand that a small minority of people are the ones who actually commit these atrocities. But at the end of the day, I don't think they really need to be in the hands of normal people. And that's where I sit as far as the right. So I disagree with them on that. On the left, I feel like I disagree with the scale of government. like on the left, I have so many issues with economics. I think that they just don't understand that. First of all, I believe that the economy is kind of being propped up in a way that if you push, the billionaires and you vilify them, like they'll just take their money and go elsewhere. Like my goal is to become a billionaire so I can do the same. I'm not gonna be pushed around by some far left people. Like, nah, if I get the bag, I'm gonna do what I want. You're not gonna just guilt me into paying taxes. I'll take my money, I'll go find me an offshore bank, I'll go move to a different country. Like, I'm gonna be okay. You're not gonna, I'm not gonna go quietly and lose money to fund things that I don't believe in. But yeah, for the left, with the left, for me, it's mostly economic stuff. I feel like they're a little bit too liberal with some things. Um, I don't know, just stuff like that. How can Bernie be progressive when his policies are regressive? UBI and proper mental care solves the gun issue. Man, I just feel like people always fall through the cracks. You know what I mean? People always fall through the cracks. That's why I don't judge parents. Like you'll see somebody that come from a great family and the parents did everything right, but kids just do dumb stuff and they mess up. And you just hope that your kid messes up in a way that nobody finds out about, or that they don't hurt anybody else, or the cop isn't around, or nobody turns them in. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just as simple as mental health and like a lot of the problems I think that we need to address with mental health are like, what's that Bruce Willis movie where he does like the future crime and stuff like that, where they really do like the social the social profiles of people and things like that. That kind of stuff. But for me, like, I just don't trust the government like that. So it's just like, you make it hard because the things I think would solve problems are things that I don't trust the government to do effectively, or I don't trust them to do and be fair. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of, Looper. Is it Looper? It's not simple, but it's about mental health and social restructure. It's not natural for people to kill each other. Oh, I think it is natural for people to kill each other. I think it's absolutely natural for people to kill each other. I think it's unnatural to run into a movie theater with an AR-15. I think that's a little bit extra. You think all sports hunting should be banned? Only serves one purpose: to feed bullets, as far, but not for fun. Yeah, man, and that's the thing. It's like I said, I like the idea of hunting. Okay, great, but it's just weird. It's just a weird territory, man. Like you go from, hey, I'm hunting to stock up on some deer meat, to, all right, I got a new gun, I just want to go try it out, to like, I don't know. I mean, I get it, and you people say it's a rural versus a urban issue, and I get all that. Like I really like the idea of us just saying way more control in the hands of states, and people are just gonna have to move to where the states things agrees with you. Like you can't just be like, oh, that's where my job is. You're gonna have to be like, listen, I need to go to this state because they actually agree with me, and that state doesn't. And I don't think anybody decides where they're gonna live based on that. And I think a lot of people should. In fact, I think a lot of progressives should leave this country. Like, I'm not even just being funny. Like I have immigrations all throughout my family, so when I say stuff like that, it sounds like I'm being a jerk, but I'm legitimately serious. Like, I feel like if you come from a country that doesn't have what you needed to have, and you can get out, go. Like, you need to go. Like, you can go you want Denmark? You can go to Denmark. Maybe, I don't know. A lot of these countries actually require you to do things to get in. America is a little bit easier to get into. Like, you don't have to have like verified assets here to get in here. You can come here, you can buy property. Like, it's not a bad gig. You go to other countries, they'd be like, no, you can't buy property. You got to have at least 100,000 liquid. Like, it's not the same game at all. State regulated and go where you're comfortable and feel safe. Yeah, man, that's it. If only it were that easy. That's it. If only it were that easy. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. People don't choose where they're going to live based on that. They're like, okay, the job offered me an opportunity to move here, so they end up. It's not like, okay, I agree with abortion. I want to legalize marijuana. I don't want this. I want prostitute. Like, no, that's not how people do it. The U.S. is pretty hard. You know what? That might be true. My people got here a long time ago, so you're right. It's probably much harder to get into America than it used to be. Make bullets $5,000. Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to do it too. Make bullets $5,000. Yeah, bullets are cheap, man. They should raise the price of bullets, but then people be crying like, oh, these bullets this is expensive. It's just like, yeah, they should be. They should be expensive. Like I that's the kind of stuff I agree with. We talked about how I disagree with the big gulps. Like, yeah, let's get rid of big gulps. I don't care if you're mad at me because you can't get a big gulp. I'm doing it to save your life. You're gonna tell me that you want to drink your big gulp, and I'm just like, okay, well, sorry. It's a piece of metal. People will make them in their garage. No, they won't. No, they won't. They would do it now. Mainly Chinese doesn't trust anyone now, including ask. Yeah, they do. Certain people make them. All right. I've never. Certain people, yeah. The same person who's got the moose head on his wall, yeah, he's making bullets. Everybody else is just like, yo, what are you talking about? I need to go shoot somebody tonight. I don't have no time to be making no bullets. I tried wearing a mask, but Singapore told me only mainland Chinese wear masks. So much freedom here compared to New York. In Germany, you have to belong. How do I feel about, wait, what? Then only the rich can kill to protect themselves. Hold on, I missed the question. That's literally why I moved to Maine. All right, Purple Haze, I see you out here. Purple Haze is doing it right. They ban guns, they ban knives, and guess what happens? A surge in acid attack. Well, would you rather have acid in your face or be shot? I mean, those aren't really great choices, right? One second, what was that question? Okay. Yeah, acid attack, man. You running up on that person, you know who you're looking for. You don't typically miss with the acid, you know what I mean? Little girls don't get hit with the acid while they're in their bedrooms. That's the kind of stuff I'm worried about. Like, if two idiots want to go and kill each other, at least it's between those two. It's not the community's problem. Usually. But it's buffering on your end. I apologize. All right. But travel restrictions, I like them. Like I said, the only problem I have with that kind of stuff is the effects. You know, you plan a vacation, you've been planning it for 9 months. Not me, I don't plan stuff that far out, but smart people. They plan it out 9 months, 10 months ahead. They planning on going to a wedding, and then all of a sudden some travel ban comes up and they're totally screwed. They lose money. It affects their work schedule. They can't get back, and it's just like, we need UBI, not UBI. We need like some kind of stimulus for people who are in those situations. But we're just not there. That's not the stuff we worry about. We're not worried about protecting people when things happen. We trying to make money out here. We don't have time for that. Will Biden get Andrew Yang as a surrogate? No. He will not. I don't think Andrew Yang, I think Andrew Yang made a play for the administration, but I don't think, Biden, man. Biden's super establishment, man. His whole cabinet's filled up already. What's the point of a travel ban though for Europe, but exempting the UK? All the people in Europe have to go through. Imagine this thing going for more than a year. How to travel ban? Yeah. Listen, these are complicated questions that we don't usually ask because we kind of live in a bubble. Like, it helps for us that we're so far across the pond, so we don't have people traveling from country to country the way other people do, like other countries do. They're going from France to Italy to Eastern Europe. Like, we don't have that. So everything is kind of like America, and then nothing really comes in. But it's kind of crazy. One of my clients is he lives in China. One of my clients lives in China, and I saw him the other week, and it didn't even occur to me. And I was like, wait a minute. Why are you here? You're supposed to be in China. How did you get out? No questions asked. They just let you come back into the country. They ain't got no test for you. Or get a flight to get to Canada and drive down to the U.S. We have a couple of meetings, but don't expect much. In Hong Kong, they're flattening out at 100 cases. It must help that 90% of people are wearing masks. All I know is that if there's something to be done, you need to do it. Don't let these people on these TV networks who are sitting in their cushy desks, who are probably protected, trick you. When you see professional athletes and professional actors and actresses losing work, getting Corona, it's hitting home. Yang needs to run the Department of Technology Assessment. He needs to. But I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know if I would want Yang to do something like that or be more visible. Honestly, I feel like him being in the media would be more beneficial to him than that. But maybe that gets something done. The problem is that your president doesn't care about where the money goes, or he only cares about giving money to certain people. And if he's going to create a technology assessment department, if it's not going to be funded, if it's not going to be given any rights or any power, then what's the point? I don't want Andrew Yang to be stuck in an office unseen. The real panic will start when a celebrity dies. Yeah. But I don't think it's celebrity worship. I think that's just when people realize, like, anybody can be touched. That's what I think it is. Because we all have this idea that celebrities are protected. They got all the money in the world. Like, when Steve Jobs died, people was freaking out. Like, if Steve Jobs can die, it's any day for me. You know what I mean? So, and it depends on the celebrity. I mean, do people like Tom Hanks? I mean, I feel like he's one of those guys that people really like. So him having Corona is kind of a big deal. Prisons will be a hotbed of disease. The prison population, people who live in apartment complexes, people who are homeless. I got a late start in America. It will probably happen there too. Yeah. Hundreds are dying daily in EU from Corona, by the way. Just tuned in. Hanks will be fine getting first-class medical care in the EU. Well, they said that even getting first-class medical care is not that doesn't solve it. You know what I mean? And then it's an age thing too, you know? So he's like, how old is Tom Hanks? 60-something? We're about to get robbed over Purell. Well, that's why you need your gun rights. I feel like Tom Hanks. Well, because, you know, it depends on the celebrity. If it's the celebrity that people are like, well, we don't really like him anyway, then people will be like, okay, well, whatever. Or maybe it's a conspiracy. But if it's like a well-liked celebrity, then people are like, okay, yeah, anybody can get touched. I heard your lungs just stop working. I don't know how you eventually die. I heard that it causes some kind of respiratory problems. You have you have trouble breathing. I don't know what the actual death blow to you is, but all I know is if I say 63, I feel like he in that demo, man. Carrot top. What? So strap up, okay? You want to strap up out here in these streets. Be careful. And wear your mask. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna help. I don't know, but it can't hurt. I know that. COVID-19 will get people who socialize a lot and richer because they travel more. Yeah, people who hang out in basketball arenas, you know, people who go to restaurants, people who go to the mall, people who go to places that are full of people. It kills old and young people. It's not that bad. I don't know why you have this. I'm hyping it? Is it Aaron who's hyping this? This is my personal crusade? Aaron was making all kinds of jokes yesterday. And then the NBA shut down. Now it's not funny anymore. You'll just feel like you're dying a bit. Oh, great. Oh. Well. All I know is wash your hands is not the best, or is not the most, it's not the most complete medical advice that has to be available, right? There's got to be something more. I know we have a limited amount of tests that are available. It's just all over a crazy situation. I don't like this. I'm extremely nervous. And like I said, I hope to look up one day and it's over and we can look back and be like, oh, remember when that thing came through and everybody was freaking out for nothing. The NBA is canceled for 2 weeks, or postponed for 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. I guess they figure if they can't contain this thing in 2 weeks, it's gonna be the purge out here. It can block the signal from the brain to major organs like lungs, kidneys, liver, so those organs stop working. Oh, great. Wonderful. Yeah, if you want to explain to me if you want to explain the conspiracy theory to me in a non-scientific way, because I'm not arguing science, you know what I mean? Just give me an emotional reason why this is not a big deal. I'm for it. But as for right now, it's on my radar. People not taking this serious is the entire reason why it's getting so bad. If proper measures were taken at the beginning, this wouldn't be a pandemic. There you go. Drink water every 15 minutes. If you have come into contact with someone, it will wash the virus into your stomach and then you kill someone. All right, Crystal dropping jewels out here. All right, everybody, strap a bottle of water to your chest. Get you one of those water tanks, and that might be the answer. Wash your hands. Nobody knows if it's a big deal, right? I don't want to find out. I don't want to be doing my live stream from quarantine, okay? I don't want to find out what the inside of the CDC looks like. That's what I'm telling you. I'm perfectly fine reporting it from the comfort of my home after reading the articles. Like, I don't want to have a special keyboard with plastic on it. We don't want to go to full saran wrap world. So I like getting my information comfortably. I don't have to experience some things. This is definitely one of the ones I don't want to have to let you guys know what it actually feels like. And I hope none of you guys have to experience this. I hope that this is controlled and it goes away quickly. You know, that's it. I have no interest in causing any additional panic. And like I said, up until very recently, I regarded this as not that big of a deal. Wash your hands frequently. That's the Singapore health. Okay. All right, that's it. Wash your hands frequently. Drink your water. I mean, you know, you might want to get the mask just in case. I mean, I don't know. Just whatever. Take alcohol wipes and wipe down every surface around your seat. Ugh. I ain't getting on no planes. I'll tell you that right now. I don't care how cheap the flights are. There's nowhere I want to go that bad. Like, I want to go places, but I want to live. I want to live. So, with that said, I don't know how many masks I have. Churches and mosques are going remote here. Oh, wow. Vitamin C and do some cardio. Okay. All right. All right. I'm with it. I'm seeing if I can stop these blown out windows. I don't know. I think it's too bright. The Korean outbreak came from a culty church. Yeah. Yeah, man. Read more books. I'll have plenty of time if I go into quarantine, right? So, staying healthy is important since we don't have natural immunity and vaccine providers. Watch more TV, go to church. All right, man. So, like I said, yeah, if you guys have any stories you want me to cover, anything outside, like I said, I was going to do a more elaborate video on this, but I just feel like there's a lot of good stuff out there. My opinion will just be regurgitated from what you've already heard. Or this is my opinion, but the facts are just going to be regurgitated information that you've already heard. There's not a whole lot. We're limited. But based on what I know and based on the way I think and based on the motivations that I see that drive this society, the slow movement of money, the downturn economically that we're dealing with as far as the stock market, and these large venues canceling events, layoffs, and only this is just the tip of the iceberg. So if these things are happening right now and we don't even have 1,000 deaths, brace yourself. And it just reminds you how fragile this society is. Like this really reminds you how easy it would be to bring America to its knees. Like if I wanted to have a revolution, this is the kind of revolution, not to cause some kind of medical scare, but if you can create some type of economic panic, it really doesn't take a lot of time. Like if you just didn't spend money for 24 hours, if you could get everyone in America to not spend money for 24 hours, you would crash the American economy. Like it's that thin. Like it doesn't really even take it. Probably not even everybody. Probably if half of Americans, maybe even a quarter, didn't spend money, it would massive repercussions would occur to our economy. What's that? There are a lot of rumors of it being man-made. It very well might be man-made. That doesn't make me feel any better about it. Eddie Jackass takes some carpenters to build what? There you go. There you go, man. It's a slow fear. Listen, I hope to make the video where we look back on this and say what did America do wrong? What did America do right? What can we learn from the other countries? But right now, all I see is a bunch of other countries taking evasive and swift action and America slow playing. And that's not good enough for me. This may ultimately cost Donald Trump his presidency because this kind of stuff is way scarier than terrorism, right? And you might be the front runner. Yeah, this kind of stuff is way scarier than terrorism. This is the kind of thing you want to change a conversation quickly. People start dropping like flies. All of a sudden, electability is the least most important thing you care about. You don't care about electability. I see people trying to use this as an opportunity to talk about Medicare for all. Like, Medicare for all? What are you talking about? This ain't about no Medicare for all. We trying to live. The virus droplet spread through the openings in your face, nose, eyes, mouth. Keep hands away from. So yeah, don't panic. Wash your hands. Be careful, and let's just get through this, man. Like, I look forward to watching the NBA playoffs Corona free, and that's what I wish for you. I'm about to get out of here. I got a lot of work today to do. Again, you guys can hit me up on Twitter, Humanity Films. Yeah, at Humanity Films. Send me stories, send me whatever. Let's talk. I might make a video later on. I got to get some work done first. But yeah, you guys have a good day, and hopefully I'll be back with good news when the vaccines are being released later on this afternoon.